Hello and welcome to This Week in Metropolis, an emergency broadcast with me, James, and him over there, Matt. Sadly, we were supposed to be joined by Dave Proctor of the Mighty Yell, a gaming studio. Unfortunately, he is sadly unable to join us this evening. But as we said earlier, the show must go on. And we've managed somehow, some way to pull ourselves together for this 8th episode of the series. Unfortunately, we weren't here last week, but we're back, and we'll reveal more after the intros. But Matt, where can everyone watch us and find us?
Well, if you're still with us after our absence and our disappointment this evening, you can check us out on all major streaming platforms such as Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, all of those sort of places. If you're into the socials, you can also check us out on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, those sort of places. And if you like looking at us and just having a peep now and again, you can see us on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Facebook as well. So yeah, please do. Please don't forget about us. But until then, what about this?
The latest pop culture news with your hosts, James and Matt. Welcome to This Week in Metropolis.
What is up?
Well,
YouTube,
enough of that.
Twitch, Facebook. What are you going to say, Matt?
Enough of the sadness. Let's embrace this show. Is what I was going to say. I weren't here last week. I let everyone down. I was ill. Couldn't do it, and we missed out. Everyone missed out. I let down everyone. I hate myself. But let's forget about this.
We hate you too, Matt. It's fine. We'll
you
all
hate me too. But let's forget about this and let's enjoy this show, this emergency broadcast that we pieced together in literally minutes. But we, shall we tell them the secret source?
The secret sauce, from our good friends over at Geek Ketchup. They would appreciate this as a secret sauce. Yeah. Please welcome to the show. It's the main event. It's Question Marc. He's back.
A guest so good you could bottle him and sell
you
it
could
online.
Literally
just have him on the shelf, just ready to go. What? Someone's not turned up. Just pull him. Just pull him down.
Anytime now. In fact, it might get to a point, Mark, where if me or Matt aren't on, we'll just get you to host.
I'll just do it. I'll just do it myself. Yeah.
Hi. We have the guests on. Mark will be like, I have no idea who you are. Tell me about yourself.
Let's do it.
Thanks for having me on. Yes, very exciting. I don't really know what's happening, but
that's all good.
That's the fun, and let's see where it takes us.
Are you telling me there's no script? You don't come from a script, and you don't plan meticulously.
The good news is, sorry, I was just going to say, the good news is I already had an anniversary spread prepared, so there will be one of them. And I believe you have already participated in one of these, Mark.
Yes. Yeah. You want to tell
them
how I participated in one?
Huh?
Again.
Do you remember how I participated in one, James? Because I have participated in one, but...
You have. I've probably got the results, which I can find while you two are talking.
Well, actually, no, what I'm getting confused is I was on a show where we did an anniversary spread, and I'd won part of it. But the first ever anniversary spread I was involved in was when James and I were in the back of a cab. We were going out to Walthamstow, and he decided, without my asking or really my permission, or if I wanted to, he just played me the first ever anniversary spread through his phone in the back of the cab. I wasn't really into it. The cab driver certainly wasn't into it. And yet he just continued to play the whole thing. And I was like, do I have to listen to the whole thing? He's like, yeah, it's only 5 minutes. I mean, it was a long 5 minutes.
It was about 20, to be fair. Yeah, to be fair.
Playing the whole show.
But I tell you what, Matt, God, did it fill a void of that journey? Because, you know,
because otherwise it would have just been silence. Just
Mark was just looking out the window or reading a book. One of them many leather-bound books behind him.
He keeps in his satchel.
Yeah. Well, so you took part in the big one on the 100th episode when we had all the guests. So you would have taken part then. You was the last one. But yeah, we have got some stories. To be fair, we missed last week's episode. And the week before that was a pre-recorded one. So there's actually been quite a lot of news for us to talk about. But also, Mark, and it's literally just come to me. I haven't even written it down on my notes. It might be worth us, Matt, asking Mark the Guess Who questions.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Literally, Mark has had no time to prepare for this unless he's aware of what question, and he might have already thought about the answers already.
So it could be from the heart. Whatever he says is just going to be from the heart.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not quick fire.
Load of nonsense. Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, people know you. Before we get started, let's just say, because we have got some people already joined us in the chat. We've got Martin here from Sonic's Comics. Evening, lads. Evening, Martin. Thanks for joining us. We've got Trickster, who I believe is Trickster. I think that might be Simon. I might be wrong, but tell me if not. Hello.
Welcome.
Dawn of Comics, Shane is here. Welcome back, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us, Shane. And we've got Pete from Triple G Comics. Now then, he says that in like a Geordie accent. Yeah. Oh, that's awkward, isn't it, as well for the Geordie? Are you a big football fan, Pete? Because awkward weekend. Don't know if you know, Man United are back to being the best team in the world. Carry on. Right, so...
Taking a while.
Can I start with a story?
Okay, here we go. Is it Man City related?
Yeah, I'm just going to talk through Man City's success so far. No, I'm not. I'm going to talk about a story. Now, I think we could identify with James, me and you, James, in the fact that we spend a lot of time apart, and we do this virtually. You know, it's not very often that we see each other in person and have that sort of intimate time. So this story is linked to that sort of thing. There's a gentleman in China who had a long-distance relationship with his girlfriend. And he thought, well, I know what I can do to sort this situation out. And what he developed was a kissing machine. Which
not like the Big Bang Theory one.
Exactly like the Big Bang Theory one. So let me show you this video. I've got a very short video that I can show to demonstrate this thing. Here we go.
नमस्कार दोस्तों टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट्स में
I didn't expect that in bit, but yeah, so essentially it's exactly the same as Howard and Raj had in the Big Bang Theory. And the weird thing with this though is the app that controls it. You can use it, so like say for example me and you wanted a little kiss, perfectly fine between friends. And we could do that, and it would be like I was kissing you or you were kissing me. Alternatively, we could mix it up. Mark could upload his kiss, and we could both enjoy.
Why am I being involved? I don't want to be involved in this.
It's the freeway.
Go with this. And we could enjoy Mark's tender kisses whenever we wanted, if we had.
He's quite. Just for the record, they're quite aggressive. That's all I will say.
There you go.
You know,
it's what if you need at that time, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
So thoughts on
thoughts? Do I want one? Definitely. I mean, like I say, if it was on Big Bang Theory, it's got to be real, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Someone's made it.
Though. Some actor, someone on OnlyFans is going to do that with their own lips, and then sell that on as a
downloadable content.
There
we go.
DLC for your lips for
Which I know James would be very much up for if Laura Woods, for example,
Rachel Riley,
anyone like that,
Kelly Brook. Do you want me to carry on? Or?
Getting creepy, guys. I mean, it was already creepy to begin with, but now it's really.
We like to start as we mean to carry on. I think it's
Yeah.
or start low and work your way onwards there.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure whether this is
What are they retailing
commercially
at?
available. Huh?
What are they retailing at?
Well, I don't know actually. I don't know whether it's whether it's just something that a student has created in the university. I think it is that sort of like research project rather than it being.
It's so been done off the back of Big Bang. Surely,
you'd think so, wouldn't it? If it ever becomes available, I promise I will buy you one.
Thanks.
The thing.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Anyway, moving back from virtual kissing back to Mark's Guest Who. So, Mark.
Yeah.
I mean, the viewers, the listeners, they know you. You're Question Mark. Mark. You're Question Mark, for God's sake.
Yeah.
But the question is, Mark, do they actually know you?
that's it.
They don't. They really don't.
No.
Because we're about to find out with Guest Who.
Yeah.
So, Mark, let's start with.
Okay.
Let's start with. I'm not going to pick because we don't in our Guest Who topic. We don't have books because me and Matt don't read, right?
No.
Well, we do, but
we do read. We just don't like to brag about it.
Cereal boxes does not count.
We don't like to talk about it. So anyway,
the back of beer cans. No, not even the back, just the front.
Yeah.
I'm reading. So let's start with one of our favourite ones. What is your favourite movie of all time?
Probably The Prestige by Christopher Nolan.
Wow, that's the magician one,
Magicians, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. What about that? That's an interesting choice.
Because it's a film that is about film, or it's a film that's about making art. Because Wolverine at the end says, I
forgot Wolverine was in it.
Yeah.
He says, if you can, the world is solid all the way through, and if you can make them believe that it isn't, that is a powerful. Yes, exactly what he does. So because it's a film. And I actually think a lot of Nolan's films are about film and how film is made and how film works. But I just think The Prestige is very good. I didn't see the twist come in at the end. I know loads of people have gone, I could see the twist from a mile off, but I couldn't.
I've never seen it, so don't tell me what the twist is. I'll put that on my list.
No, I wouldn't know. It's really good. I think it's a very good. It's very well structured because it's like again, he does it a lot, Christopher Nolan. It's like stories within stories, a little bit to a certain extent.
I didn't know that was Christopher Nolan either.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, so I really enjoy that. I mean, and also, I mean, for a long time it was Gladiator, and I know some parts of Gladiator word for word as well. But yeah, I think The Prestige is great.
Okay, I've got two questions off of the back of that. Let's start with Gladiator, and I think that's a good. As we're doing this off the cuff this episode now, I think it's good to actually have little tangents off of some of your answers. Actually, so Gladiator, they're obviously doing a
number two
to it. Is it? I can't remember if it's a sequel or a prequel. Is it sequel? Isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be Maximus Decimus Meridius' son. Is that right?
No, it's going to be Lucius, who is the boy in the he's the emperor's nephew.
Right.
He's the young boy. He's the young boy in it that sort of sees him and is there at the end. But yeah, other than that, I do know that for a long time they were going to do a sequel to Gladiator, and it was going to have the spirit of Gladiator in there. So the Russell Crowe would have been in heaven because he does supposedly go to heaven at the end. I don't know. This is like blankety blank all of a sudden.
We're waving at Isla and Sempra for joining the comments. Good to see you.
Yeah. So I don't know. All I know is that it's Paul Mescal who.
Yeah. What are you interested? Do you think is it one of them ones that's been too long? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's strange. It's a weird thing to want to do. I suppose they think it's got sort of, because obviously Gladiator was so big that they think they can sort of carry it on. But yeah, I don't know. I've not even seen this Paul Mescal. What is he in? He's in something just recently. He's going to be quite. I know he was in Streetcar Named Desire, the play, just recently, but I think he's just come out in a film. Was he nominated for something? I don't know. But anyway, yeah.
Not sure.
Is it done by the same director? Because he's quite a big name
That was
director,
Ridley Scott, wasn't it? So
that's it, Ridley Scott. Yeah. Has he got anything to do with it?
I don't know. He probably is producing it, I would imagine, but I actually don't know.
Interesting. On the backside of kind of your pick for your favourite movie, I was surprised you didn't mention Lord of the Rings.
I mean, they are very, very good, but they are too much. No.
Very, very long.
No, they are fantastic, but I suppose it's really, I mean, they are really difficult because it's almost like, I don't know, they're almost, I don't think I could watch The Prestige over and over. I don't think I could watch Lord of the Rings over and over because they are fantastic and they are brilliant, but I don't think I could watch them over and over again because it's just too much. I mean, obviously you've have seen the news that they're doing more films. Sorry, did I leave my left?
We broke the news.
Did you break the news?
Yeah, that's it.
Straight from MGM, Warner Brothers, whoever.
Yeah, they called him up and said, James, look,
we need
this out.
I've got a scoop, and he was straight in. Yeah.
Can I trust you? Yes, you can. No, I was quite excited by the news that there's going to be new movies. However, I've not actually watched the Ring of Power or whatever it's called.
Well, you're not. Well, again, I think that's all separate anyway. I would imagine. But as long as I think the idea is to remake, to make films set in that universe as opposed to remake Lord of the Rings. I mean, if they remade Lord of the Rings, that would just be
shambles, wouldn't it? I'm not even a fan in the films, but come on, it's like ridiculous, isn't it?
Can we not go together to see them then, Matt? Or
no?
Okay.
Just no.
Mark, you're gonna have to come up, or I'll come down.
That's fine. We've already got some films in the pipeline, haven't we? So
yeah. Well, interesting. Prestige. I'm gonna have to check that out. I've not seen that, so
you can put that on your watch your film of Wilk list. No. Are you thinking of Now You See Me or what?
Yeah, maybe.
That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
There is actually a very similar film to it that came out it's Edward Norton who plays the magician, and I always thought of it of just a knockoff of The Prestige, but I can't remember what that's called. I think it may be called The Magician. Anyway, yes.
Okay. Let's move away from the screen and move to the sounds. Who's your favourite band or artist? I think I know the answer to this.
Can you just do the sounds movement again?
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah. Great. That's really difficult. Like your favorite album? Is this what you're asking me?
No, favorite artist.
Favorite band or artist?
Oh yeah, I can think of a couple now. Of your picks might be.
It's really difficult. Because as you know, my music knowledge is really, really poor. So I don't know lots of the classic stuff. In fact, there's something on Sky or Now TV at the moment called From the Vaults, which is Guy Garvey, who is going through all of the old 70s and 80s stuff. And I want to watch that because I need an education on it. Because I
know you really like him as well.
Well, I really like Elbow as well. I'm trying to I see. Yeah, so it's really...
It doesn't have to be anyone classic though. Don't think that you've got to pick anyone. It's just what you love listening to, and you could listen to again and again and again. Is the idea?
It would probably be. I really do like Block Party. I could listen to them again and again and again. But they probably, like, for example, the Seldom Seen Kid by Elbow. I have listened to that. That is probably my most listened to album. That is very, very beautiful.
Nice. We need one answer though. So
Eminem is good, but I mean, I think maybe that was so. I went to do karaoke the other day in one of those.
Why was I not invited?
What, to do a duet? Yeah, no, I know. Sorry. Yeah, in one of those tiny little rooms, and they did put Eminem on to do, and I was doing it in front of these people. I wasn't like paid to do or anything. It wasn't. Anyway, so I was doing it, and I was just like, wow, this is like the whitest thing that I could be doing right now is like rapping Eminem. And I mean, certainly for a time he was, but I think I might have grown out of it a little bit now. I mean, I certainly don't listen to any of his new stuff.
No.
But no,
I didn't even know he was still making stuff. To be honest, I thought.
No, that's it. I mean, God, surely he's made his money. I don't know if he should just. So no. So no. I mean, it's certainly a very particular time period. But no, I don't think I would listen to him over and over again now. But I would listen to Elbow over and over again now.
We will take Elbow as your final.
Yeah, we'll take Elbow because
that one.
Matt will create a lovely piece of artwork with all your favourite things. There has been a bit of music news in the past week. Well, it's kind of music news, but Matt's favourite artist of all time, Ed Sheeran, is moving away from music. Not fully. He's still going to kind of sing. Don't get me wrong, but he thought if that doesn't, if my voice goes, I need something to fall back on. He's brought out his own hot sauce. And it's a collaboration with someone. The information escapes my mind right now, but it's called Tingly Ted's. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that, Matt? I was waiting for a Matt rant on this.
No, he can do sauce. It doesn't offend me. Although it probably will be the blandest middle of the road sauce that you've ever tasted, just like his music.
There's two levels, I think. There's
bland, really bland.
Tingly Ted, and then there's like extra Tingly Ted. I mean, he's been creative with the extra. Just seeing there's a few other people. We have waved, but Phil's just joined us as well. Evening, Phil. Good to see you, mate. Champions. Phil's a Man United fan. Anyway, so Ed Sheeran going away from that, doing some crazy stuff. And in other music news, I don't think we had a chance to talk about this, but have you guys heard the unreleased Linkin Park song that they've kind of now?
And they put it out as a single.
Put out as a single on Spotify. Yeah. Is it called? I want to say it's called Bullet or something like that. Maybe
I can't actually.
I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I
very good song
vaguely about that, but no.
So apparently, I think the band or Mike Shinoda put a tweet out or done an interview and basically said that they'd like discovered it kind of in and amongst all the kind of archives of their works, and it's a song that had previously never been released. Really good song as well. Like, it does take me back when I listen to it. It does take me back to like when we were growing up, Mark, and like listening to Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory, and
take you back to Numb. Is that what it?
Yeah, in Nan's garage, rocking out.
Does that video exist? Like, have you got a copy of that video?
I tell you what, I'd pay good money to find that video.
I mean, that video in my garage.
Yeah, but we need to
digitize it.
I tell you, you would never look at James the same way again if you saw it. Honestly.
But there's a place in Norwich where you can do it, so we'll have to get it done.
I do it. Not Songo, it's not cheap.
Do you remember as well? There's a load of like bloopers from it as well, Mark. Like you watched the actual music video, which was, and then you had the bloopers. Some of that we were pretending to sing other Linkin Park songs that weren't part of the video.
It's that whole gig.
I mean, it's so B movie. So for at one point we got someone playing the drums with only one drumstick because we couldn't find any of the others. We're supposed to be on the stage with electric guitars that aren't plugged in.
Yeah.
It was for an A-level media project, and
I wasn't even doing media.
Was it? No, you wasn't even doing A-levels. And our good friend Steve edited it really, really well. Like, did the lip sync and everything, which is a really hard thing to do, and he spent a very long time doing that. So the actual video was probably quite good, really, for what we've done. But it was just the amateurness of it all, and like we
remember that.
None of us studied music either. So
the best thing was that we were actually using the media studio at one point to film some of the scenes from it. And Glyn, who was in our year, he was the drummer, but we only had one drumstick. So you just saw this hand going like that.
Like Def Leppard.
Anyway, now that you've got a platform, were you to put that out, it would go viral, no doubt, because it's just a load of nonsense.
We'll make it happen.
Definitely.
The song is called Lost. Just
Lost.
let you know.
Yeah. Bullet.
Fantastic song.
Funny I mentioned
Close,
Bullet. Bullet is actually Bullet has been released, and that's probably why it's on my mind. It's a Charlie Simpson song that has never been released. I'd already heard it and absolutely love it.
Is that off the back of his Masked Singer fame? Is that what it is?
Did you hear about this, Mark?
Oh no, he was on the Masked Singer.
And he won.
Look at him. Look at Jay's little face.
I mean, his credibility was low anyway. So, I mean, how much lower can it sink than going on?
What's amazing, I never knew he was on there. And had I heard the Rhino or whatever he was.
Have you gone back and watched every single other episode?
Well, no, I listened to some of the songs and was like...
It was obvious it was him.
You can plainly tell it was him.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But that's because I've got a tuned ear.
That sort of...
That sounds like a rhino. So Charlie Simpson is coming back into the world. Phil's just put a random comment in. After watching Yellowstone, I've really got into modern Western music. Yellowstone, interestingly, I saw a poster for the new series of that. I've not watched any of this show. Have either of you watched
I keep
any
seeing
of it?
adverts for it, and I'm quite interested in it. In fact, it's got Kevin Costner in it. Appeals to me.
Is this the one that's on Apple and has now got like 2 or 3 prequels? Oh no, is what
Is it on Prime? Is it on Netflix? Is it on one of the streaming platforms?
It's on television.
Oh,
definitely.
Or Paramount. On Paramount.
Yeah,
I think you might be right, actually.
Yeah.
I keep seeing adverts on Prime, I think it is, and it looks
people are
really
raving
good.
about it. Yeah, I've heard good things. Yeah,
But I've never really got into country and western music, I'll be honest. It's been a genre that's escaped me largely.
Confirmed.
Another one got paid for. God.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not doing that. Don't get me started on that.
No.
Right. Let's move on to your favourite gadget.
Well,
it's not that kissing machine, is it?
You took the words out of my mouth. Just about to say, I don't know if you've seen, but they've got this kissing thing. My favourite gadget. I mean, do you know what? Funny enough, I'm not really into gadget, because the gadgets is very different to like computers, like consoles and things, isn't it? Gadgets.
Yeah, still a bit of.
Not really. You could class that as gadget.
But I think like go gadget arms. I think of like it's like something that
it could be your.
I go outside and I can just have a skateboard. Like
what have some people told us, Matt? Some people have said their phones.
It's been fairly,
Okay, now I've got
normal phones, and
I wish I had it here.
Air fryer was one of them as well, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah,
I'd love it if Mark went. It's this vibrator.
No, well, that was the first thing that occurred to me, but I don't actually have one of those. What I do have, and I wish I had it here, but it's at work. It is it's a flask that came from America, and it was very expensive. And so what you do, so this is not it, obviously, this is just a glass. But you put the water. What? Have you ever heard of a pint glass? Anyway, you put the water in there, and it comes with a separate bit coffee. This is not it. This is it. And then you can twist it on there, and you just carry it around. But the best bit is when it's empty, you can take that lid off, put that on there, and then this bit twists into the bottom.
Hang on.
So it's
why? Why do you twist it into the bottom?
Well, say because if you're man about town, busy doing deals, you don't want to you don't want to have 2 things. You don't want to have how can I do my?
So hang on,
but why have you got the second thing?
How can I go on Wall Street with all these 2 things in my hand? So
but why have you got 2 things? Like you said, there's one's got coffee in it,
one's got water. And then when you've drunk both of those things, you can then screw this one into the bottom and you're ready to go.
Right.
Nice. From America, you say?
From the future.
Right. America.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
Well, what do I call that then?
You can call that a water bottle.
Or flask. American flask.
American flask.
I will send you a picture of it, and you will be amazed when you actually when you see it.
That's actually, while we're talking about food and drink and stuff like that, that's leads me to a good little shout out actually to mention, because I don't know if you know, Mark, but since you've last been on, we like to celebrate our friends' birthdays. And today, is a special day. It's technically the last day of the month. some years. And this friend of ours, he's celebrating a big birthday today. It's his 65th birthday, and
Wow.
God Almighty, I mean, as this guy lived a life, it's our good friend Ainsley Harriott.
Yeah.
And I remember this. Oh, do you remember this night, Matt, when we went to see him and he was dicking around with that fish?
It was a great
He was
night.
doing what to a fish?
He was dicking a
That
fish.
is libel.
He's such a lovely guy. And
Yes,
favorite
so-
Ainsley memories. I grew up watching Ready Steady Cook.
What?
Yeah.
Your favourite Ainsley memories?
Yeah, just
Is
from
this
over
a
the
thing?
years.
Does everyone have?
He was bloody good on Ready Steady Cook. I
He
mean,
was
whatever happened
very
to him?
good.
I mean, he's still on ITV now.
He's still on TV, yeah.
Don't love him that much.
We lost touch.
We lost.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, happy birthday, Ainsley. Hope you have a
I'm
great.
sure he's listening, and I'm
You've
sure
had a
he's
great day. Okay. Well, we're on food. Let's carry on. What's your favourite meal? What's you got? Like, you could eat it if it was the last meal you could ever have. It's that one that you always think, God, I love this.
It would be Nan's roast dinner.
Oh,
Mm.
I wouldn't.
mwah. Nanny Carol.
I wouldn't really. Nanny Carol
Yeah,
doing.
she's listening.
Roast, is it? She,
Or watch him.
or what? She loves YouTube. Oh,
Yeah.
Can't
Get
get
her
her off
off.
it. Can't get her off it. I mean, the issue with my Nan and technology is I bought her, as you know, a really simple mobile phone which you just open and press one button to call me. And every time, and I mean every time when she calls me, so she's called me, she goes, right, how do I stop it? And I have to say, you press the red. And then she'll call me again, and then she'll say, how do I stop it? I say, you press the red. So it's a constant, so YouTube, I mean, it might as well be magic to her. But despite that, she makes a lovely roast dinner.
Can you get her watching our channel? Because she won't be able to stop watching our channel, and he'll get the numbers up.
You'll just want to exactly.
Yeah, don't tell her to stop it.
Yeah. So she won't be able to watch Ainsley. She won't be able to watch Judge Judy.
Select the autoplay so it just goes straight onto the next one, because otherwise it does stop.
Like some sort of Clockwork Orange sort of thing. Just put her eyes with cocktail sticks, and perfect.
Roast dinners though, they are like. I mean, I had one on the weekend. Oh my God, yeah.
Who made it? Who made it?
Do you ever go? Do you guys go carvery?
Yeah,
I haven't for ages. We haven't really got one nearby.
Isn't it amazing? Like, I find that like tactical when I go now. Like, just to build up the sides, just to get enough.
Oh
in
yeah,
the middle,
definitely.
to build, like,
are you
I
talking
bring
Toby
over,
carvery?
it's like a 3-tier cake.
Toby carvery or
any? We've got ours isn't a Toby carvery, but I've been to many a Toby carvery. Yeah.
But it's still not as good as homemade.
No, I agree.
No, like, it's funny, isn't it? Like, I always think my mum's is the best, but I mean, I wouldn't tell Hayley that. But hey,
she doesn't listen, so
she's never listened. She doesn't even know how to do a podcast. I think I can hear her coming down the stairs. Oh God,
what are you doing on that computer?
Are you
I'm just doing a podcast.
If she walks in and me and Mark are on the screen and you're doing that's when the questions start being
it's worrying. Something's wrong. Something's not right. Martin agrees. Can't beat a good roast. Yeah, love it. Yeah, Toby carvery as well. Cool. Well, good shouts there. Okay, what's the last one, Matt? TV show.
TV.
I've got. Surely it's got to be the same as mine.
Lost.
Get in there.
And it's funny because a friend of mine is watching them all now, and
you watching them with them
every so often she'll message me and she'll be like, "What is going on? What?" And I noticed what she keeps asking me is, "Are they all dead?" And I have to sort of go to her, well, and then that's it. I can't say any more.
I see. I'd almost go, nah. And then she'll get to there and go, oh, they were. Otherwise, you're pretty much telling her They are.
Now, my answer to her actually is everyone dies eventually, which well, if you know Lost, you know that is actually the right answer. But
And also,
I can't go into that.
Circle of life, those.
Yeah.
Well, not a circle; it's more of a line. But I noticed the other day you actually posted, I think, a line from it. We have to go back, Kate.
Kate. We have to go back. That's because she was at that part, and I was like, oh yeah, I love that bit. So yeah. Matt, you never watched it, have you?
I watched a couple of seasons and then got bored. I got up to the bit where they had that machine with the countdown.
Oh,
that thing.
Putting in the numbers.
And that's put in the numbers or whatever.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
I just lost interest in it.
You're like the Rain Man.
For Lost, I am. I mean, I've watched it 3 times, though, haven't I? So
yeah, true. Yeah, I've watched it twice. I think just
not
instantly one of the scenes that comes to mind is the hand on the glass.
Yeah, not Penny's boat.
Penny's boat. It was Penny's boat.
Not Penny's boat. Not Penny's boat.
Whatever. Chris is here. Their deadness is dependent on the series, really. So
it's true. It's true. But imagine that if you'd never seen Lost and go, well, depending on what season you're watching, they're either all alive or they're all dead. It's that's how mad it is. But it's great. And what really annoys me about people when they watch Lost is they say, they didn't explain nothing. And you go, well, they did. They explained actually quite a lot of it. You just have to watch it 3 times, like I did.
I've seen a few stories actually flashing up. Well, a few stories. You know, all the news that obviously comes through to us that we distribute.
On the hotline.
The actor who played Michael, he was talking. I think he'd done an interview recently in the last week or so about how he got a lot of hate from fans and stuff on Lost because he obviously killed a lot of people. I'm sorry if your friends are listening because that's still probably to come. But yeah, like he actually got quite a lot of hate mail at the time.
Yeah, I mean, people are just stupid, aren't they?
They are.
And also, he didn't come back for the end either. So I don't know I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, oh, Michael never comes back at the end. So I don't know what that was all about. But anyway, so Lost.
Well, there you go. Good shout. And they are Mark's favourites from Guess Who. There's no jingle or anything for that.
Oh, okay. There should be, though.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Get Ryan to do it. Get Ryan to do it again.
Guess Who? That's what it'll be.
It's very similar to.
No, I've never.
No.
Completely original.
You should get Charlie Simpson to do it. He's
he's got nothing else to do. So
exactly, he'll do anything for money now.
No, he's out of the mask. Matt, what stories have caught your eye in the last week?
On a music-related one, was that I don't know if you saw Spotify have introduced an AI-powered DJ.
I did see this. Yes, tell me more.
So the way it works, if you've not seen it, is let's say you like listening to a playlist, and Spotify recommends a lot of different things for you. So it will know what you like based on your listening habits, and it will recommend things to you and give you your own radio station. There's a setting that they've got now where you can add a DJ to it. So it's a pre-recorded voice and ad-libs in between the songs. So it's like, oh, Mark, let's start the day off with, I don't know.
Your favourite gadget?
No. Let's start the day off with a bit of Ace of Base to, set you in the right mood. And then it will give you a little interesting fact about that particular artist and whatever. And then maybe later in the day, I'll say, oh, Mark, let's chill out a bit now and, listen to...
Come and join me on the bed.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. Nice and some fun.
Is it linked up to the kissing machine? It's linked up to the kissing machine and...
There's a loophole. There's a gap in the market.
It all goes back to the kissing machine now, doesn't it? Really, I think is the thing.
I think that's going to be the main theme of this episode. If we can find a way to bring it back to the kissing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was an interesting
Have you used
thing.
it? Is it out? Is it live to use?
I think it is out to you. I think it's one of those things they're rolling out slowly. So when you switch it on, in certain people have been selected to do it. It's in beta at the moment. To me, to be honest, I hate the idea in every shape and form, because it's like, if I'm listening to Spotify, I just want to listen to music. I'll listen to podcasts on Spotify and enjoy them for the content that is there. There's no point at all when I listen to Spotify and think, oh, I wish there was someone talking over this, because that's what I really miss. I can't
remember who I saw the other day. It's a bit like when you have the commentary on a movie. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I've never listened to commentary on a movie ever, or wanted to.
The only one I've ever listened to, I think there may have been two, but the one that really springs to mind is when I did for Anchorman. But I would really recommend that, because it is. It's really fun. I mean, it's just Will Ferrell and all of the people doing film just talking absolute nonsense for 2 hours, and it's great. And I think they sort of take the mick out of the whole concept of it. Like the first 10 minutes of them are them pretending that they don't know they're recording. They're like, oh man, I just bought a tiger. You're not really supposed to buy tigers, are you? But I bought one, so I don't really know what to do there. And then it goes on, and they go, oh, we're recording. They went, should we record again? No, I'm too busy. I've got a tiger at home. I'm too busy. Let's just crack on. So that's the only one. But I just want to talk about AI very quickly, because obviously what they're doing now with AI is they're getting them to write essays. I did get an email from one of my students saying, oh, sir, I put one of the essay questions into Chat GTP, and this is what it came out with. And it was so interesting because, and then I did mine and I saw them write it. I mean, obviously it's scary as an English teacher and, someone that's written lots of essays, to watch in 30 seconds them do the whole essay. But, and as I said to my kids, a lot of it was wrong. And it actually wasn't very good. So no doubt in the future it will get there. But when I read it, I mean, it did, and that was all very impressive. But then when I actually read it, I was like, oh, I'm not. It's not replaced me just yet.
Yeah, there was an article I read the other day about on a similar vein about science fiction magazines and sort of websites that allow for submissions.
Right.
And that they publish the stories. It's sort of short science fiction stories that they ask for. And in recent months, they've noticed sort of like double and triple the amount of submissions. Right. And because so many people are just punching something into ChatGPT and saying, write me a science fiction story about this, and then submitting it, thinking that they can get a few, because they get paid for the submissions. It was like an easy money as such. And people were saying it's an absolute nightmare, because they can tell, like you said, they can tell that it's been written by AI, and there's so much duplication in it. You'll get however many stories that have all got the same name, and then they've all got the same characters in it, and that sort of thing. So it's fairly clear, but it's just making their life a bit of a pain, because they can't find, if you've got 5,000 applicants and only however many are actually real ones, chances are you're going to miss out on the real ones, because there's only so much time you've got to review it.
Terrible answer to that is you need to, which some already do for competitions and stuff. You have to charge people. You have to charge people to join, and then it would stop. But then that is a shame, because the whole point is, even if you don't have the money, you should join in. But
well, I think one of the suggestions in the comments was that part of the criteria should be that someone has to record a video message giving a summary of the plot, and talking through their inspiration as to writing the story, or something like that, so that you are introducing the human element to then back up the actual sort of content in the story, which I think is probably a good idea as well.
But if the listeners or the viewers are interested in learning more about AI in that form, go and check out our previous episode. It was 3 or 4 episodes ago, where we pretty much, you, Matt, kind of created things live on the show, which was incredible, including Mark. You would have seen the Question Marc rap by Cyborg Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
And did you see your potential replacement of Question Marc as Question
No.
Gwyneth Paltrow? Was who we had on the
She was
show.
on.
She was on.
Was she good?
She was great. She wanted to know about retro gaming, and we told her
Oh.
what we knew. So yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
there you go. Check it out.
Interesting. Well, I mean, other things I've kind of got on my list are probably a few kind of points that I've noticed over the past couple of weeks that kind of have got me excited. The first one, all three of us going to be excited about this, I think, as well.
No, I don't get excited anymore.
True Detective season 3.
That's a good one, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Night Country.
Season 4, it would be.
Oh yeah, it would be. Yeah, season 4. Yeah.
Yes, I didn't watch season
I don't
3.
really class them as seasons either. They're kind of all
No,
individual
they're separate
stories,
aren't they? Really.
What was
This
season?
one's got-
What was season 3 about?
Season 3 had was that the one with Colin Farrell?
No, that was season 2.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? But it's season 4. We've done our homework.
We all definitely know what we're talking about. It's fine. Yeah,
I'll
no.
do a quick Google.
Is it Julianne Moore?
Sorry,
Is it Julianne Moore?
in the new one,
Yeah.
Jodie Foster,
Jodie Foster. They're all the same.
same person.
Yeah.
But from what I can see, they go and investigate. Like they find a load of bodies that have frozen to death. I think.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What's
just
his
don't
name?
think they'll ever recapture the madness
Mahershala Ali.
of Matthew
That's
McConaughey in season 1. I mean that whole dynamic was just was weird.
Yeah,
So it feels like they're trying to capture that again, and it'd be very difficult. It reminds me a little bit of Killing Eve. Killing Eve's first season was really great, and then they never really got.
Even the second season was okay, I thought it just didn't have that.
Whatever it was, yeah,
So
I do
it
remember.
lost its way a little bit.
Ends up in Rome, doesn't it? But yeah. But I will probably watch one. But no, I didn't watch the Mahershala Ali one.
And
Rachel
Stephen
McAdams
Dorff was in it.
Yeah, and Stephen
Rachel
Dorff,
McAdams was in the second one, wasn't she?
I do remember Stephen Dorff being in it because he was in Blade, wasn't he? That was the first thing I've seen him in probably since Blade.
Yeah,
and Mahershala Ali is the new Blade.
What?
How about that?
Yeah.
Fusion.
But while we're on the subject of TV shows, we've got obviously one that's the next one is Pedro Pascal. I want to mention because we're obviously going The Last of Us at the moment. Have you watched the latest episode, Mark?
No.
What? I spoke to you at 6 o'clock, man. You've had
I'm
so much
busy, mate. Busy. Places to go, people to see.
doing all your research for the show, obviously.
Constantly looking out Walking Dead, Kissing Machines, The Walking Dead, True Detective. Yeah.
Matt, have you watched any more of it? You watched the first episode, didn't you?
I watched the first episode. I haven't even.
You've been off for the last week with COVID. You've had all this time. There's no excuses.
I was watching movies. That's what I spent my time doing.
To be fair, you have contributed a lot to 1 minute reviews, so I'll give you that. But
There you go.
do need to watch The Last of Us because it is incredible.
There was a lot of talk for The Mandalorian that's coming tomorrow about how people that have not watched Boba Fett for whatever reason are not going to know what's going on. Because half of Boba Fett was The Mandalorian 2.5. And so...
That's interesting. So I'd never watched Boba Fett. I watched the first episode and then thought... and
so you're going to be one of those people. So
I'll probably just not end up watching The Mandalorian either.
I thought you loved it.
Yeah, I did absolutely love The Mandalorian.
Past tense.
Right.
No more.
It's true. It's I do feel a bit numb to a lot of these things. But on that note, actually, there was an article. It's 17th of February, Disney CEO has announced that they're actually winding down on Marvel to push forward with Star Wars, which I thought was quite an interesting thing that they were doing. So yeah.
Didn't they had like 3 or 4 TV shows a year they were planning to put out, weren't they? And obviously that would, you know, that it really is churning them out. So obviously they hopefully want to focus on quality rather than quantity.
But
exactly
they almost had to, didn't they, to start with? To be fair, I mean, we're now in the 3rd year this is of Disney Plus. So I think for the first year, 100% they had to try and get some really big hitters out, and you know that was the big selling point, wasn't it? And then second year, they had momentum. They had brought in probably some new people off the back of that, and now, I think also the special that they done for Werewolf by Night. I think that is another thing. What's that?
That was great. That was great.
But again, I think that might have actually made them think again, like quality rather than quantity.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know how many series. Is it 2? I think they got now coming out from like Marvel stuff. I think this year.
So. Yeah.
What is it? It's Agatha's one, and there's one
Secret Invasion.
Loki and Secret Invasion, and the only 2 for.
Loki. Oh right, okay. Yeah. I mean, they've already filmed Loki. I believe. But I know that Secret Invasion I just read is going to link to Armor Wars. Which again was going to be a TV show, and then they made it, but then for whatever reason they focus that more on the film. Probably because like to give Don Cheadle something to do, because he's never really done anything in any of the MCU films. So, oh God, give him a job.
Come on, Don, it's your payday. And the last one for me on kind of things that have come out, I posted about it yesterday. Have you seen, based on the success of Cocaine Bear, Meth Gator?
No, you're joking.
Not from the same people. So the studios that created Sharknado.
Oh God.
1, 2, 3, got a 4. Seal of quality.
Yeah.
They've jumped right on the bandwagon. They're bringing out Meth Gator.
I mean, apparently, from what I've read, Cocaine Bear is actually meant to be quite good. I mean, you know what you're going when you go into it, but apparently it's quite entertaining.
And is it Reese Witherspoon who directed it, or
it was a woman that directed it or produced it. I
think it is Reese.
Maybe it was.
I'm pretty sure it was. Keep talking.
I would quite like to see Cocaine Bear. I think that'd be an entertaining film.
Yeah, well, Cinema Trip, we have got one in the pipeline, haven't we, Matt? Because we're going to go see Ant-Man at some point, Quantumania. You've seen that, Mark. No spoilers because we haven't seen it, but thumbs up, thumbs down.
I won't spoil it, but at the end, no. Thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. I mean, again, it's not
mixed reviews.
It's not gonna rock your world. You know, I think there's enough good stuff in it to make it a good film. I just didn't find. I mean, I've never really found either of the Ant-Man films funny, and they try too much to be funny. And I think they need to learn their lesson from Thor: Love and Thunder, that humor is better, is better in isolated sections rather than the whole way through. Because I didn't find it funny at all. And it's awkward. It's like when your friend's trying to be funny, you're like, ha ha ha, sit down. Like you know.
But does that come with certain actors as well? I mean, not necessarily Chris Hemsworth. That's probably where it goes a bit wrong. But like Paul Rudd, I just think of as a funny guy.
Yeah, but I personally don't think it comes across in this, apart from 1 or 2 instances. But that was the same as Thor. 1 or 2 instances were funny. So that would be my. Jonathan Majors is great, and it's interesting where that's going to go.
Interesting.
Shall we anniversary spread?
Let's anniversary spread it.
There is a jingle for this.
There is. James will load the jingle.
Yeah. Just
Shall I load the jingle?
No, I've got it. Because it's
is there?
Oh, go on.
I was going to say, is there a scoreboard? Like, what's the, like, obviously,
it's very easy to follow. No, I've lost every single one this season. So,
which
be
means it's
afraid.
time for
anniversary spread.
Oosh.
So weird.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Well, I think this one's going to be a bit closer. That's all I'm going to say. Because
hang on, what you mean is you think I'm going to lose?
no,
Oh.
I don't think either of you will be that.
I don't think either of you will win.
I think this will be one that's well out
Oh, okay.
for both of you.
Mm.
Which I
Bring
think
it
is what
on.
it needs to be, because I've heard there's another. Have you got notes there, or are
Yeah,
you?
I was gonna, yeah.
Have you written down everything
He's
that's
got
come out on
Google.
the day? Yeah.
I've got all of the numbers here. So,
Well, the thing is, obviously, as I've said, I've noticed that there's a show on TalkSport called The Birthday Spread that I think have taken our idea and are doing the same thing. But there's the birthdays, but it's like the lieutenant to something or other. Like, who knows that? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think these will be like that. So let's kick off. You know the rules. Mark, you're the guest, so you'll go first on the first one.
okay, right.
I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe we should. No, I'm just being polite. Right, Mark. The first one is a movie. I can give you that as a clue. It is a movie. And by all means, keep an eye on the chat because people will throw in their suggestions.
I don't trust any of them. Next.
I'll keep my phone up because I've got some interesting trivia about tonight's answers as well, which I thought.
Oh God.
Trivia.
I've got to be up at 6. So let's
Me too, mate. I've got 2 young kids. Anyway,
get rid. All right, come on, carry on.
The movie Bad Trip. Bad Trip.
Oh, I mean, obviously, I've never heard of it.
Have you not?
But I wonder if it fits into a certain era. Bad Trip. Okay.
What year are you going for?
I'm going to say 1989.
Ooh, 1989. Okay.
Look, I can see him doing the maths. Like
Matt,
2008 is what I'm going to say. No, I don't know the film that was on, but I'm thinking it fits into sort of like I don't know, road trip and like those sort of American Pie and probably later than American Pie, but
2008.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just got to do some quick maths.
1, 2, 3, quick maths.
1,
I
2,
think
3.
it says that both of us are quite far out. If
possibly.
To use a calculator.
Yeah.
He's got an abacus. You got an abacus?
Yeah, I have. My wife's a maths teacher.
Whilst you're doing that, I just want to. I don't know if you still want to do this, guys, and obviously we might forget about it. But I did buy something accidentally for £50 just recently. So that is my question. My question mark.
Was it the kissing machine?
What did I? This is my question mark for this week. What did I buy accidentally for £50?
Accidentally? How do you accidentally buy something?
Well, that's part of the fun.
I can tell. We'll think about this.
Yes.
Let's come back.
Throughout, we'll come back to this maybe at the end. And any guesses in the comments, that would be quite fun to see what people think. Mark's bought accidentally bought for £50. Can you tell us what you bought it on, or the shop that you bought it in?
No.
Will that give it away?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I can tell you that Bad Trip.
Anyway, sorry.
Bad Trip. Starring, I don't know who starred in it. It was released in 2000 and 20.
Oh.
So, Mark, you were 31 out. I said this was going to be a high scoring one. Matt, not as bad. You were 12 out.
Okay.
But I think this will swing massively. But fun fact, I can tell you a bit of trivia. The weekend of its release, the film was the #1 streamed movie on Netflix. The movie was produced by Jeff Tremaine, who also produced Bad Grandpa.
Oh,
yeah, it really
Trivia.
sounds really high quality. Yeah.
Trivia.
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
And apparently Highland G, he said
it spot on.
2020.
Wow.
He was one of them people.
Fan in the film.
He was one of
Okay.
those people. Yeah.
But watched it.
Let's move it. I've noticed the viewers are cranking up now. Now we're doing anniversary spread. Anyway,
The word has got out. The word has got out.
It's a highlight, honestly.
Quick.
Ainsley's
now.
telling all of his mates.
you just woke me up. But anniversary spreads on. Okay, Matt, we move over to you on this round. The film Non-Stop. Non-Stop.
Oh,
As a clue, there's a hyphen in there.
what a clue.
Yeah.
I've never heard this film. I'm just going to throw a year out there that is 1996.
Okay. What are your thoughts, Mark?
Well, I actually think I know this film.
Right.
Okay. So,
What do you think you know about it?
Well, I think it's a Liam Neeson film.
Okay.
I believe.
I can fly.
And it is in that era of when Liam Neeson would do any film that you paid him for.
Any film.
Any film at all. Don't matter what it was. So I'm going to say, what did you say, Matt?
96, because I have no idea. I just
I'm going to say 2011.
Which is sort of in line with a lot of guesses. Phil, 2010. Fuzzy Dunlop, 2017.
I honestly didn't see them because I don't want to be
G, 2012. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that the film was starring Liam Neeson. So well done, Mark. And it was released on this day, the 28th of Feb, in 2014. Free out, Mark. Well done.
Very good.
Matt, you were 18 out there. Not as high as Mark's 31 on the first round, but it does tighten the scores because now, Matt, you're on plus 30, so you're still winning, but Mark is only 4 behind you. He's on plus 34, so very close. Little bit of trivia on that one there. The film
stars Liam Neeson.
The film starred Liam Neeson. It was an international co-production between the United States, the United Kingdom, and France, and was entirely filmed in New York. There you go. Little fun facts there.
Great.
We move on.
He's on a train. He's on a subway train, I believe. Anyway.
Was it any good?
No.
Okay. Mark, back to you.
Okay.
Another film. It is the last of the films, I might add.
Okay.
Cradle to the number 2, The Grave.
Cradle to the Grave.
I've seen this film.
Mark's going first.
Yeah. See, again,
what's your gut telling you?
It sounds like a horror to me. It sounds like a horror. And yeah, so I'm going to say I think it might be one of those video nasties that sort of existed in the early 80s. So I'm going to say 1982.
Matt, tell us what you know.
So there was a film which was in around 2000 called Exit Wounds, which had DMX and Steven Seagal and a couple of other people. And then Cradle to the Grave was almost the same cast. I don't think Seagal was in it, but it was DMX. I think Jet Li may have been in it, someone like that.
I have no idea.
It's sort of a really trashy action sort of film. I think, and Martin confirms it, yeah, Jet Li. I'm going to go with 2003.
Got to stop in the 80s.
Okay. I can reveal that it did have DMX. It did have Jet Li. A little fun fact: filming locations included Los Angeles and Santa Clarita.
Nice.
Yeah.
The film came out in 2003. Direct hit from Matt. Well done.
That's my first direct hit for a long while. I'm pleased with that.
So what? It's like a kung fu film.
No, I think they are trying to stop some baddie. I can't remember who the baddie is, who's trying to sell nuclear things like nuclear
Have you
bombs.
all made this up? Have you all agreed?
It's a conspiracy against you. Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly, look it up.
Wow.
It's a pretty bad film. But
And is it a sequel?
Not really, but it's one of those, when they sort of make a film, but it's almost got all the characters from the all the actors from the previous one. So yeah.
Right. Well.
That does open it up a little bit again. Just for, Matt, you were bang on, so you were staying on 30. Mark, you were 21 out, so you're up to 55.
55.
Okay, we move over to Matt for a song that was released. A single was released on this day, on a year. It's always a year. And the song is Hips Don't Lie by Shakira.
Oh, Shakira. Oh, baby, when you talk like that.
You make a woman go mad.
I'm going to say 2007.
In the size of my body.
We said we always have fun when Mark comes on, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't. I'm going to say. I'm joking. I'm going to say 1999.
Oof.
Because
I think we were at school when that came out.
You reckon?
I think so. You reckon, Mark?
Well, in the comments, 2004, 2006, 2005.
Oh,
is the general consensus for it.
Okay, so I can reveal that so I won't give you a fact, but
this song's by Shakira.
Can either of you, for a bonus point taken away, tell me who the other singer in the song was?
There's another singer in it.
There's a man. I think there's a man.
Correct.
Dr.
Famous
Dre.
singer? No. Matt, no idea.
Wyclef.
Oh,
because he says Shakira, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well,
if he's got that from the comments, though.
Let's not read the comments. It's not
now someone said Wyclef, but that wasn't in there when he said it. I can assure you.
All right, well,
but it does mean, because I did offer it, I'm going to have to take a point away, as in improve Matt. Because Matt, I can reveal, and Mark, that the song was released in 2006. So, Matt, you were 1 out, but you've actually gained. So you're actually bang on. That means.
This is a really rubbish game, James. I hope that
you're staying at 30. Mark, you were 7 out, so you're up to plus 62. I think. Woo-hoo! I think you're getting a nosebleed. Okay. Well, we're down to the
year did that come out? What year? 2006.
2006.
Oh God!
We'd left school by then.
Yeah, we had massive. I was at university. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, right. Go on. Carry on. Yeah.
Okay. Last one. So Matt he needs to go to bed. Matt is leading, so he will kick us off in the final round. And this is a game that celebrates its anniversary. So, Mark, you should piss all over this.
Matt, if you could be 62 years out, I would really appreciate it.
Well, you'd only actually need to be, because the difference at the moment is 32. So you'd only need to be 33 years out.
Fine.
Okay.
So just to let Mark in, I'm going to guess 1906 for this
one. The game that celebrates its anniversary today is Turok, Dinosaur Hunter.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what console. You can guess.
I'm going to say 2004.
I know the console.
2004. So, Mark, you need to guess.
Well, even if I get it right, it doesn't. Because I believe it came out on the Nintendo 64, and I believe I had it, and I remember I played it for 10 minutes and couldn't work it out, so I never played it again.
Sounds like me on Metal Gear Solid that you gave me.
Or that game that Far Cry where I bought you, where you caught malaria and then never played it again.
Not me. I didn't.
Was that the objective?
So
was that the objective of the level, to catch malaria?
I'm going to say, therefore, 1995.
Well, looking at the comments, 96, 1989, 1997, and 1985.
Wow. Now that I've said that, though, there may have previously been a Turok not on N64, but
I thought it was an Xbox era game, the original Xbox, but I think that may have been a sequel.
Yes.
To it.
I can reveal, I've got no fact, other than the fact it was on the N64. It came out in 1906. No, 1997. So 2 out, Mark. So that pushes you up to 64 on the N64. What
there we go. Yeah.
And Matt, you were 7 out, so you go up to 37. So Matt has won for the first time in what seems like forever.
Oh, get Mark on so I can win. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the plan. No, well
done and all that. Yeah.
Well done. And some good guesses in the comments as well. Actually, there was some good shouts on there, and some people giving away too many clues for my liking. So I think Matt did have, had it quite easy, Mark, because you weren't looking at the comments. So
no, I wasn't. Honestly, I wasn't.
Yeah. Well done. Well, that, Mark, first and foremost, thank you so much for coming on last minute to join us. We really appreciate your ongoing support as always. And
you saved us.
You did.
This
anytime, gents. Anytime.
Because to be honest, I can't just talk to Matt all the time.
No.
Look at us. We've had enough.
The spark's not there anymore. It's like a
40-year
marriage, us two.
Yeah. But no, thank you to everyone who's joined us this evening in the comments. If you like what we do, please go and subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends, get them involved, tell them to check us out. If you want to come on the show, let us know, get in touch. It's been a pleasure. I'm sorry we didn't have Dave on the show as planned, but he is going to come on next series. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it this evening, so he will be joining us next series. But again, really appreciate Mark stepping in and adding his input to tonight's show. Matt, anything else from you?
Apart from thank you very much for joining, and the episode will be live any moment on all streaming platforms. So if you just caught the end of it and you want to listen back, check it out on the usual places. So
exactly. And until next week, have a lovely week, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe on your favorite service. Past and future episodes can be found on all major streaming platforms, including Amazon, Apple, Google, Spotify, and YouTube. You can also contact James and Matt via Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. They will return in the next This Week in Metropolis.